You join me with a United States Postal Services box. No, I haven't moved to the USA. I imported this with Aramex Global Shopper from eBay in the US. And no surprises. Yes, it's a motherboard, as you can tell by that backplate. In this case, a very small HP one. So I paid about 700 Rand, excluding taxes and all other fees, for this mini ITX HP board, and here it is in all its glory. Now you'll notice it only has SATA and also SATA power there on the board. That is because this is powered by a 19 volt laptop power brick, which wasn't included, so I had to buy this replacement one on Takealot. But it's just your standard 19 volt HP power brick. So I'm definitely going to have to sort something out with regards to powering SATA devices, and that's where this janky connector comes in. It's only got 2 pins on the one side because I only need 5 volt for an SSD. But first, let's see what we're working with here. Well, we're working with not a lot because we don't have RAM installed, that's why it's beeping, so let's get that sorted out. Still nothing. Maybe it needs the furthest RAM slot from the CPU. Ah, success! Our little A6 is alive and well, and the only error we have is a case fan that's not connected. So first let's figure out the pin out of this SATA power connector. I will only be needing 5 volts, so I need to figure out which pins has got the 5 volt on it. And success, it does seem to be indeed pins 1 and 2 providing 5 volts. So to address the fan issue, I don't really want to run a fan here, and I read if you just jumper the pins furthest from 1, it should sort out the sensing, and we would be good to go without a case fan. Now I said sort out, not short out, but yeah, it shorted, and that's smoke. Plus it took me a full 10 seconds to realize my mistake before I yanked the power. The issue here is I was sending 12 volt to the tacho pin instead of on a 4-pin connector connecting sense and control. So that was pretty stupid. But connecting a proper 3-pin fan revealed that all is well, and our board is indeed working fine still, thankfully, after coming all the way from the US of A. Okay, so we need an operating system. Let's plop in a SSD. And it's loading Windows 10. Good. So now that we're in Windows, let's see what we're working with here. This is A6, the entry-level quad core, and it's running at a max of 2 GHz, 25 watt TDP. It's a HP board with the Kabini chipset, and the rest is just stock standard. I am going to update the BIOS, as is par for course. So then I decided, let's run a Cinebench to see how long it takes to complete one pass. While it's running Cinebench, my plan for this is to make another nice Huntkey H702 build with this ITX board. So let's get that unpacked and ready. Our little HP is running there still, ridiculously slow. And even when sped up 20 times, it's still slow as F. Now eventually it ran out of the 10-minute timer. I thought it would do it in under 10 minutes, but nope, more than 10 minutes, it was not even done yet. And then the screensaver timed out. But we got a score of 839, which is ridiculously slow, but this is a 25 watt processor, so we can't expect too much. And the temperatures only went up to 7 degrees Celsius, which is not bad. Well, back to our Hunky, I'm not going to be needing its power board, so I can remove that as the HP has everything on board. IO shield is in and looking good, so let's just fit the motherboard. And this is where I gave up, because this is actually not an ITX board. ITX board has the mounting screw right at the edge, and HP decided to stuff everyone over by not following the ITX standard. So at this stage, I gave up on this build. The graphics is not that great of this APU, and I eventually just sold the motherboard as is, making a loss if you consider import costs and all the others. So that was the end of my plans for this HP ITX. It was a fool's errand, such as every other video on this channel. If you like what you saw, please check out the next one.